Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, and today's video is kind of going to be like a work with me / tutorial. So I have an order for a baby blanket that I'm going to be working on, and as I'm working on it, I'm just going to be talking through it, talking to you, showing you how I get everything hooped up, as well as the finished result also. Now, jumping right into it, this is the blanket. This is a 30 by 40 inch. And after speaking with the client, they do want it on the longer side of the blanket on the lower right hand corner. So that's where we're going to put it, on this corner down here. Now, to go over the supplies, I do have my blanket. Again, it's 30 by 40. And then I have my 8 by 13 mighty hoop that I will be using, and some scissors, as well as some tearaway stabilizer and wash away stabilizer. And I also have my run sheet printed out with the design on it. Now, I already did do a test stitch. Test stitch went good. And so I'm ready to go ahead and stitch onto the blanket. Now, this is like a fleece type material. So that is why I'm going to be putting the wash away stabilizer on top, because I don't want my stitches or my thread to sink into the material. And this is really, really soft as well. And so what I have to do first is cut off my pieces of stabilizer, get that ready, and then I can go ahead and start getting everything hooped up from here. And this design is about a 10 by 4. Actually, it's just under 4 inches. I want to say it's 10 by, got it on the run sheet, I want to say 10 by 3.8. So it is a pretty nice size for this particular blanket. And then I'm also going to cut some of my wash away stabilizer as well. I'm not gonna cut it as big as my tearaway, because I'm just gonna float this piece on top. And yeah, that's more than enough that I cut. It's always a good idea to cut off your run sheet. That way that can help you with placement, as well as making sure the design is the size that you're going to need it, that is not too big and is not too small. So it's always a good idea to make sure that you do print out your run sheet. All right, now let me get this ready. And again, I'm going to be using the 8 by 13 mighty hoop. And I've noticed, as far as the mighty hoops go, I pretty much use this 8 by 13 so much. You can use it on so much, like just not blankets, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, jacket backs. So I feel like that 8 by 13 is a perfect size, well, at least for me, for a lot of my projects and orders that I get. And so I'm gonna separate the bottom. And then let me just make sure I have this the right way. Was thinking about putting it on my hooping station, but I'm gonna just do it like this, seeing that it's a nice flat garment. And then just kind of get my placement together where I want it to go. And this is where the run sheet will come in handy. That way you can kind of see where you want it to be, and we want to put it right on the end. And just a little bit up from the end, maybe a few inches up. And I think right there is good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put down my tearaway stabilizer. I'm gonna just go ahead and move the blanket out the way. lay that down, and then just lay my blanket right back over it and just kind of reposition everything. And you can do this on a single needle machine as well. I'm going to be using my Ricoma Marquee for this particular project, but you can also do this on a single needle. You will follow these same steps. You hoop everything up the same and then just put it onto your machine to stitch out. All right, and then I'm gonna just put my sheet in here again, making sure we're good. Bottom right hand corner, yep. And there we go, simple as that. And then this, I actually cut too much, so I'm gonna just cut it down to where I need it. So I just want it to fit in the hoop, so I'm gonna just float it like I said earlier. So I'm gonna just cut this down some. As well as, and I'm just kind of using my finger to kind of crease it against the hoop to give me a line where to cut it. All right, and that fits in there perfect. And then, so now we're gonna go ahead and go over to the machine, get this hooped up and let it stitch out. All right, so everything is hooped up nice and tight and ready to put onto the machine. And so I'm actually going to kind of put that blanket on there and then slide my hoop. But of course I want to make sure that my blanket is out of the way, and it is. And lock my hoop into place. All right. Then just checking underneath. So that looks good to go. This is going to be a pink on pink design. That is what the customer wanted. And so I already have my design here set up on the machine. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock it. And then of course we want to do a trace. And that actually looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna do a design trace. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna just hit my home button. I'm gonna double check my color. It is number 12. That is the color that I want. And then I'll go ahead and start and let it stitch out. This has a stitch count of 21,893 stitches. And so this is going to take a little while, so I will be back once we get, I would say, about halfway through. All right, so we are almost finished with the design. So it has about less than a minute left. So just finishing up that heart, then we're gonna take it off the machine, go back to the table and get it cleaned up, and we'll be all done. So the design has finished stitching out. go ahead and remove that off of my machine. And this turned out so cute. Look at that. That is how it's looking. And I do need to grab my lighter and my scissors. There we go. Just need to grab these. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear away the wash away. And you guys, initially when I put this on the machine, I had forgot the tear away. Luckily, it was just starting to stitch out, so I stopped the machine, put my wash away, the wash away on there, and was able to, you know, catch it before it stitched all the way out without the wash away stabilizer. And just because of the type of material, you definitely want to make sure that you do use a wash away stabilizer. Again, just so your stitches, your threads don't sink into the fabric. And so I'm just using my nail right now to peel up any extra wash away that I can get. Otherwise, I will just grab my spray bottle that I have filled with water, just spray it on top and just rub it, and it'll like peel right off. So that's another way for you to get your wash away stabilizer up. And I am almost there. And I have a couple more blankets to embroider as well. So I just wanted to, I figured I would go ahead and have you guys kind of work with me, do a tutorial, show you my process, how I make my baby blankets. Seems like since I made a baby blanket a few months ago, the orders keep rolling in. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of baby blankets lately, which I love because they're so cute, and just to see the different baby names, like, I love it. All right, there's another piece there. All right, so that looks good. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my mighty hoop off and set that to the side. Go ahead and tear away the stabilizer. But first, I'm gonna hit the back with my lighter. It's only a few threads. This one doesn't have a lot of jumps. I try to digitize with as few jumps as possible. Some designs you can't help it, but when it comes to lettering, usually you shouldn't have too many jumps. All right. And I'm gonna clean this up as well. Get as much of the stabilizer up out of here as I can. All right, and then I do see a couple threads, so I'm gonna just snip those off. All right, and she is looking so cute, y'all. This turned out adorable. So that is how it's looking. At first, I was a little hesitant about the pink on pink, but it turned out good. I was worrying about it not showing up enough, and I didn't want to use black, and neither did the customer. So we decided on a darker pink on the light pink. And yeah, I love how it turned out. So yeah, that is how I do my baby blankets. If you have any questions, let me know below in the comments. Or if you want me to do the step-by-step tutorial showing you how to do it on the single needle machine like my brother PE 900 here, I can definitely do that as well. But it will be the exact same process. The only difference is you wouldn't be using your mighty hoop. You will be using a hoop for your machine. And then you will follow the exact same process for the single needle machines as well. Because it is a blanket, you do want to use your tearaway stabilizer for your backing, and then a water soluble or wash away stabilizer for the topping. And that is all that you need to do. And this was a simple lettering font that was built into the Hatch software, one of their fonts. And I just kind of edited, broke it apart. And so I can kind of bring the letters closer together like it is an actual cursive font. And then I just grouped everything together. And then the hearts I did digitize and then included them in with the name. So everything was stitched out together. But that was today's tutorial, or you guys are working with me for a little bit. But I will see you all in the next video. Bye.